Alex, nice to sit with you. Thank you very much for coming in and getting a suit from us, and we made a little video as well, which was really kind of you to help, I suppose, promote our business as well. So
Wow.
why did you come in anyway?
Well, I mean, obviously we were chatting a while back about this, and I'm just, I'm so grateful because it has been a really wonderful experience. But it's just really interesting actually that I've been coming in here for 25 years, buying various things for my family, for my husband, and something's fitted, and having that whole experience. And actually it wasn't really until this point in my career when actually I'm looking for something to really help me with my confidence. I'm doing a lot more speaking events. I'm in more of visible to groups of people on stage and online.
So Alex, I've got to ask, because anyone watching this is going to actually wonder what you do, because you're saying you're a psychologist, you've talked to lots of people, so what's your job?
Well, my profession is a business psychologist, but I set up my own organisation, a global consulting company, 15 years ago now, and over the last 10 years particularly, it's grown and scaled into a situation where I have a wonderful team right the way across the world, and I do a lot of the face of the company, so I represent the brand, the image, and I go out there talking a lot about our content and some pioneering new kind of innovations in our field of work. And so I do a lot of public speaking events, and those now, since the pandemic, a lot of those are also, as well as being in person, they're also online too. And online we can have up to 30,000 people, which is just all of a sudden you're on a very different stage. Yeah. And again, I feel different being on screen virtually than I do when I'm actually on stage in front of hundreds of people. And I love that. It's something that I really embrace. But there is something about feeling really good and comfortable in your skin, especially, me at my age. Women's bodies change massively at this stage in life, and it can be quite a knock on your confidence to then feel like, oh, what am I going to wear? When, 10, 15 years ago, I didn't really worry I could pull anything out and feel quite happy in that. Now I'm a lot more conscious. What do I look like? Do I look professional enough? Is anyone going to connect to me in the audience? Yeah. And that really matters. And this, it
looks great on you.
I can sit
and we put some colours in from your company in it. Any accountants watching this can tell us if that's tax deductible or not, because it's always a little bit of a grey area, because it is a uniform in a way almost.
100% is. Yeah. So orange is our main brand colour, and it means a lot to me as well because it does represent quite a lot of how the organisation image is.
I mean, it's really important for me as a designer as well as a tailor that we encourage people to put something that's individual to them in their suits. That's why people sort of say, what's your house style? And it's very difficult to answer that because we're sort of a design-led tailor, and I sort of want to hold back a bit and let the client do the talking and think, oh my God, we can put that in it, or it needs something more than just a suit. It's got to fit, obviously, but it's got to have something of you in it that I would never know about. Not many people know we do ladies tailoring because obviously we look like a menswear brand, but we do a lot of ladies tailoring and a lot for business as well as weddings, but we do a lot for business as well. And I've set it up so I think it's really important that women need to deal with women in that arena. And was that something that you found welcoming?
100%. It was wonderful working with the team here because you need that eye for someone who understands what it's like to be a woman in a suit, feeling potentially a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit nervous when you're being measured up. What do you need the suit to deliver? As a speaker, I regularly have to have microphones clipped to me. And actually, I've been in many circumstances where I've had complete strangers trying to find different places on my body that they can put a microphone connecting box. And it feels really uncomfortable. It's really nice to know, I've got my jacket, thank you, I'll put it in my pocket. Because there's a pocket there for it. Whereas a lot of things off the shelf, they don't have the little extras that help you use the suit in the way you need to use it. So that for me was really important. But I think the biggest benefit of that experience, having a female styling team, was being able to be asked the questions that you forget to ask yourself when you're trying on an outfit. Because I am, I'm all over the place. I work 24/7. I love it. It's my life when I chose it, but I have, teenage kids. I have elderly parents. and a lot of people I care for at work, I don't have much time for myself to think about what do I want to look like, how do I want to feel. So having someone ask you those questions and just remind you what's important when you are on stage, that was simply brilliant, because you don't ask it to yourself. You just go in and see something you like, you've got maybe 10 minutes to try it on, quickly try it on and run out again.
Right.
You get home and you never wear it because of this or that you didn't notice at the time. And I think having that experience means that actually when you're investing in a piece of clothing or an outfit like this, you are really thinking about how you're going to use it and making sure that you get the best from it.
Yeah, well, that's lovely. I mean, that's so important. I'm guilty of it. I was in Moschino the other day and I just bought this jumper that was dreadful. I don't know if it's because I was just being a really sad man because the sales assistant was pretty. I don't know why, but I've got it home and I'm like, I'm taking that back. And that's not sustainable, is it, at all? And that's you know, I love the fact that my team gave you attention and you know, we got exactly what you wanted, because you'll have it forever and we can MOT it and look after it.
And it was a really pleasant experience, because I think some women might be nervous walking, thinking, oh, that's a man's tailoring kind of outfit. Yeah. But actually, it doesn't feel gendered at all. It feels just like a really comfortable environment. Yeah. And what I really like about it is the individual kind of nature of all the different rims and all the different, you know, the racks, how all the displays are set up. It actually feels just really, I guess, kind of quite individualistic, the styling.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, we try and keep it different. I'm just going to big up my friend Anna, who did this amazing piece of stained glass for me. So her name's Anna. I think it's Anna Stained Glass. If anybody wants some stained glass, she's absolutely amazing. So have a look, and I'm looking at camera.
And that's a good example of what I mean. Like, you've got the pins in there, the iron, and just those little tweaks that make it feel really different.
Well, I like to. I like to get as many local people involved in my business as possible. One, to be honest, it makes commercial sense to do that. You know, because you're connecting with people that might not know you exist. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think you've got to sort of like source from your doorstep as much as possible.
100%.
And get people interested in what you're doing by being interested in what they're doing, like genuinely interested. I mean, that's just amazing. Yeah. I mean, that blows me away that she did that. She didn't charge me enough.
No.
She charged me, I would have paid twice as much.
You
know, no, I told her now.
But it is important, you know, the independent places that we have down in Brighton. Brighton's known for being, you know, such an inclusive and creative culture. And it really shows. That's why we have so many people come visit Brighton. Yeah. And to have our headquarters based here as well and work all over the world, I'm constantly proud to talk about the individual nature.
And people do know Brighton. I was in South. We've got a corporate wear. I've got a separate business that just does corporate wear. So we make uniforms for hotels, and we do a lot of stuff in the Middle East. And I was in Saudi a while ago, and I met this sheikh, and we was chatting away. He said, where are you from? And I often say London, because, you know, they're going to, but I said Brighton. He went, oh, I've spent many months in Brighton. I was like, really? And it's just surprising how Brighton is actually on the world map more than people think, because it's cool.
It is cool, and it is, you know, it's got that individual nature to it, and I think that really matters. So absolutely, wherever we can, we do support local businesses, diverse businesses, minority-owned businesses, and we're a women-owned business ourselves. So, you know, it matters to me that we've got that community culture.
Well, I'm both my businesses are half owned by women, and actually, 80% of my staff are women. Not deliberately, it's just the way it's worked out, and I find women better.
Let's keep it a secret.
Yeah, I mustn't say that. Brilliant, Alex. Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And very,
I really appreciate it.
Really enjoyed spending the time chatting with you.